But what I'm going to find who I'll play. We got beat every which way but loose. We were late to everything. We were backing away from players, probably because of what they're beat on the dribble and look bad, so I'll just back away and give them a 3. And they shoot 30 and make 14. But give Alabama credit. They came in here and, one of their players asked me, what's the score at the end of the game? I said, you know what it is, 85-69. You killed us. So they came in. I thought we start the second half and we walk out of timeouts and we just, when you're getting clubbed, you got no confidence. It's like a boxer. You walk in and you start getting hit in the head 3 or 4 times. It's hard to be confident. Now you can't run stuff. Now you can't. We couldn't get a rebound. We turned 19 turnovers. And you know where most of them were? The hardest play we could make, we made. How about you just throw it to that guy right beside you? Because I got to do something crazy because I look really bad right now, so I'm going to make a hard play. We reverted. I'm not even sure I'll watch this tape, to be honest with you. Move on to the next one. And it's not, this league, it's not going to get easier. People were playing the way they are, which is space the court and beat people on the dribble. Let me ask you, did we have anybody that could stay in front of anybody? I don't know. It didn't look like it. And so we got work to do. But you know what? This team has made strides, so they showed what they can be. But they've also shown now what they can be. And so you either come and fight and execute and do this together. How about this one? We had about 4 or 5, maybe 6 or 7 wide open shots that we threw the ball out like that. And for no reason. All you had to do is throw it in their pocket and the guy gets a shot and we throw it here. What that means is I am not worried about him. I'm only worried about myself. I'm not thinking about that shooter, putting it in the pocket so he can get that thing off. We didn't get it to Olivier. He was wide open. We showed him at halftime 5 clips where the guy's got him on his back, and either we don't throw it or he's in a dogfight to keep the guy behind him, and we throw it away from him. Well, he can't go get it. He's in a dogfight. He's fighting, and you throw the ball over there because you're afraid you'll throw it away. It was a mess. But
Carl Tucker, go ahead, and then we'll go to John Hale.
Cal, they made almost as many threes as you all attempted. They sort of play that style. They get shots off quick and they get them up early and often. A lot of times tonight you had 2 or 3 big men on the floor. Do you feel like you can beat a team like this as constructed?
Well, we took 18 threes. How many we make?
4, I think.
Yeah. So if we took 25 and made 6, how would that be? We had a chance to go inside and post the ball and play and now put that game to where it was 9 or 10. And we either couldn't deliver the ball, and when we did, we scored in there and did some good stuff. And again, we had a lot of 1 for 4s, 1 for 5s. Dante was 2 for 5. 4 for 18 from the 3 means, maybe you're not a great 3-point shooting team, but that's okay. And the other side of it is, in the first half, they made 10. They were either uncontested or we were late getting to somebody. Well, they're going to make them then. It's how they play. And our game plan was, we are not blocking the shot, but we're going to contest. So if we get late, not late getting to them, but late jumping, we weren't even near people. So
John, go ahead, and then Jerry will be after that.
We haven't talked to you since the reaction to the anthem kneeling started rolling in over the weekend. What has been your take on that? I mean, the state Senate president gave a speech about it last night. You've got a county asking to defund the university. Just kind of how do you feel about
I can't hear everything you're saying, but I talked about it on the radio show. These kids, half of these kids come from military families. They have either a father, a brother, an uncle, a grandfather that was in the military. This had nothing to do with military. They saw all the stuff that was going on, and they felt like they needed to do something. I didn't know about it until 90 minutes before the game. We've had a talk since then about you don't need to speak now. You need to have action. How do you bring people together? How do you make a difference? Not just how do you make a statement. I talked to them about what we did with the minority leadership, the McClendon, which was an action, which is you do something. You don't just speak. And like I said to them, they're 18 years old. They're learning. But it was not meant. These kids are good kids. They got good hearts. I mean, but again, this political time, probably not a real good time to do it. But when they came in and, we really feel strongly, and we want you to kneel with us. I put my hand on my heart even though I didn't kneel. I have friends in the military, I have friends in the police. I mean, this is our country right now. Anything that's done, you're either for something or for a party or against a party, and that's not who they are. I'd like to think that their civic duty of voting, they all did. I don't know how many of you voted when you were 18 or 19. I didn't. They have. And their statement was peaceful. It was a peaceful statement, and hopefully going forward, we're going to figure out and help them have some actions that are not in front of the public, that are not in front of the TV, but things that they can do to bring people together and make a difference.
So are you saying there that it was a mistake?
No, I'm not saying it's what they wanted to do. The timing of it, with all that's going on right now, they felt the timing was right because of what they're seeing on TV. And now they're like, okay.
Jerry, Austin, and then Michael.
And I hate to tell you, but when I was 18, you had to be 21 to vote. That's how long ago that was.
Yeah. Well,
you kind of touched on this, but I wonder, you guys seem to really struggle feeding the post, the telegraph passes and so on. And you guys have been doing that fairly well in recent games. How do you explain that kind of reverting, as you would put it?
Let me ask you this question. How have we been guarding the three?
Better than today.
So there's a lot of things that went on today that just, let's call it. My hope is this is a knockoff game. Alabama's good. They deserve to do what they did to us. They made open shots. They were physical going to the basket. So not only did they get that, they were getting plays at the rim. And we were getting beat on the bounce left and right. So, like I said, this may be one that you burn the tape and don't even look at it. My hope is this isn't who we are. This is a knockoff.
Austin, go ahead.
Cal, you lose a former player in Ben Jordan. How did that affect the team's just mental approach to tonight's game?
It was a rough day today. It was an emotional day today. We've got 4 or 5 that'll go to the viewing tomorrow that were friends and knew they could count on Ben. Ben was one of the nicest. Ben came in with one thing: I need you to help Nick. I need you to be physical. I need you. When I went to put him in games, he begged the coaches not to put him in. Don't tell coach not to put me in. I mean, this kid was only here to help the team. He had a great smile and a great way about him. He was a little bit of a prankster, and it's just sad, and it affected the guys. I mean, the guys that didn't know him could see that the other 5 were, it was an emotional morning. It was emotional for me. I mean, hearing it, and I didn't know it until the morning, and, after, seeing, and I just feel for his parents. I feel for his sister. I mean, it's just bad deal all the way around, and I'm not worried about it having an effect on my team today. This is a basketball game, but for that family, and man, I mean, I talked to Brad. You try to, doing the best you can, absolutely, and sometimes there's things that'll work against you. But I wanted Brad to know, like, Brad, you've done everything to put yourself in a position, and if it doesn't all work out, doesn't mean you failed, doesn't mean it just, you use all that stuff and put it to good use. That's what the great game of basketball is about. What you learn about yourself, what you learn about being a team, how you sacrifice, how you give up for each other. But
Michael, we'll get the last one with Coach, so we get the players in here. Jeff, I'll start with you with the players.
Hey, Cal, that was a nice tribute that you gave about Ben. I've known Ben since he was a kid, and I like the fact that you had everybody wear those jerseys tonight. That's on a side note. But talk about two things quickly. Your team has great amount of length. I mean, why did they struggle on the defensive side, and why didn't Lance Ware play?
I said after, if I had to do it over again because we wouldn't fight in battle, I would have just put Lance in there. But again, did you expect us to play this way, or anybody? And so now you're giving guys a chance to play through it, thinking they'll wake up. Sometimes you look back and say, if I would have known you wouldn't have woken up, I would have just played this guy. But that's not how this goes. And but Lance has been great. And like I said, I'm looking for 5 fighters, battlers that'll come in and play confident. Can't play confident if you're getting hit in the head. Now, if you're hitting somebody in the head, you'll be confident. If you're taking all the shots instead of giving shots, you're not going to be confident. And so, we got kind of work there a little bit. I mean, pushed around, shoved around, and, you got to fight back. But anyway.